I have been Sarasota since more than 20 years since I left Gloria Nurse's home, and I'm not gonna start talking to them now. They're leeches, they're rapist murderers, and they're so disgusting. I don't ever want them near me. Just charging. Anyways, you can give me money in person through PayPal. It's here, sky, was like size of because the pencil goes right to my heart. I live so hard, shop INTAYIAFAY. I am tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/slash Arlene dash Lorenzo dash it's lower rare promising asking for $1 million. Through my GoFundMe campaign, I've only received $250. Also, we talked to FBI in the smells native homes. Oh, I need to share the International Criminal Court, the Department of U.S. Security, the Air Force in the United States, and seeking the death of everyone steals my money around gets in my homes. Everyone that steals my homes steals my money. You can decapitate a leech that lies to people without knowing before I even leave talk about me. They don't know it that they can listen. She's known es porque ella como tiene PTSD como los veterans. Porque ella la mantuvo en base housing o casa que compraron ellos. That's the first note that she festering again. Así que para yo poder decir que she is homeless and has PTSD like a veteran, tú no podías comprar casa con ella. Y entonces ahora yo digo, ella no tiene electricidad porque que se le hace difícil estar con alguien en una casa y tener electricidad. She just was feeling like it can't come see in the dark until she leaves. They're disgusting. They possibly want to punish me because them stealing from me and trying to rape me and raping me up to my early 20s. Hey girl, listen, in the military possibly didn't suck their dicks longer than they wanted to have their dicks sucked. So they're like, if a girl got deployed in here was in bad circumstances, she must suffer and die. El tipo, puerco, I heard it all decades ago. El tipo es es peor que un excremento. Esa basura es una asquerosidad. Ew. You can decapitate me. I mean, sorry, so it's a sons that rape me, steal my money, and get in the way of everything. So una basura. I don't ever want them near me. You can decapitate criminals Carrero, the steals Janus and King only steals for money. You can decapitate everyone that's caused my starvation and my dehydration. And that has caused for me to be in a homeless shelter. Esta basura y sus liches manejan todavía my brand new vehicles. Sin mi permiso. Y se quedan en mi casa sin mi permiso. El tipo es un puerco who's playing pretend Barbie with me. My mother, sadly, based on my feelings alone, tried to get me married to these leeches. They're disgusting. They're trying to kill me. Ew, 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 ew. Es un puerco, una basura. You can decapitate everyone that has caused my eviction from Legends at Kitty Hawk. I don't need to start over like a single mom in the low income opportunity. I've been a homeowner before at least twice. Entonces el tipo es un puerco says there's a misunderstanding. Ella nunca me brag about me. What else? 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 I didn't give up Jada, I didn't give up Kehlani. You can decapitate a maker who I never think about. El tipo un puerco no basura took me hostage to Facebook and Messenger in 2020. Then trying to mock me that irse la mamá mi hermana, siempre la misma mierda que irse la mamá Maritza Vargas Lorenzo, que irse la mamá Jenny Chandelier y Lorenzo Suárez, que ellas son prostitutas ilegales, que porque yo I finally don't admit that almost everyone in my family origin is illegal prostitute, why don't I just get in with the program of the leech? So he's trying to kill me. El tipo es un puerco. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Maritza Vargas Lorenzo. You can decapitate Jenny Chandelier Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo Sons. Rape me, steal my money, and get away mercy me. It's April 9th, 2025. This isn't downloading. That isn't it. Maybe I'll look it up here. Underground. These are cute. I'm not seeing this, but I didn't think I would need to. About offers on the home. That's the address in Clinton, Utah. Of the home that I own with Acre, and I asked him to sell it because I didn't have any cash. So I both sold it in 2017, though it wasn't like my ideal choice to sell the home during that time. You can decapitate Edgar Munoz Carrera. That steals my money and steals Dana's and King's house apartment. I don't know, I'm not Italian, I just these are I'd wow, that far back. What else? What else? What else? That package is on my way. The address for Kaylani. What else? else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. That's not reached that already. Look at how basura ve how insolent sons are bullying me, trying to get me to kill myself. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message, as long as it's not cheating and money. That may have been towards my life. I don't know. Verbally abused me. As trying to separate Jaden and money from me. These bitches are gross. These leeches are gross. These leeches are gross. I want to receive money. I keep checking my inboxes. And I don't receive a donation anymore. Did I go fund me campaign? So I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money to my GoFundMe campaign. That was the last donation that I received to my GoFundMe campaign. What else? What else? What else? What else? That's all my dad sends me, life support money. What else? What else? What else? What else? I received a donation the other day. Possibly from a leech that killed my mother. Should they do whatever they can trying to rape one? They're disgusting. Gloria Nirsa died. According to La Funeraria, and I'm already seeking the death penalty for who killed her. And who's trying to kill me is a leech, la Moscow. Ellas violan y roban y matan por pene. Oh, una asquerosidad, gente, no viajan. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Lord. Anyways, you can decapitate whoever sent me this message as long as it's not Jaden Gignoni terrorizing me as to separate Jaden Gignoni from me. That's all I have in my bank account. I thought I logged in. Oh. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And I have $22 of incentives. I want to order food. Power Eats here. Let's do that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What am I doing here? Oh, footsteps. My Texas benefits. In the meantime, La Leech killed Gloria Nirsa trying to find out Ramon's feelings towards her. Entonces it's embarrassing. I can't speak for Ramon, but just like I have no feelings for Lalich. Ramon may be devastated that those bitches are trying to rape him. Ew. Disgusting. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Brittany Akerson. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez assassins. Rape me. You can decapitate Maribel Matias, Dalich. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Urias. You can decapitate Jimmy Tender, Luis Lorenzo Suarez, Jenny Lorenzo. You can decapitate Maribel Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. The rapists, murderers, and thieves are soldiers. Yeah, Moscow. I stopped talking to all these people more than 4 years ago. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Jadiel Lorenzo Chaparro. That's me every day. What else? What else? What else? How much money do I have? $23.03. What else? What else? What else? Lord. Because he speaks of hate crimes towards me, I purposely missed Lally to saying, but can they act conjunctly in grossness together? So they possibly have, like, well, if you want to see how a girl takes pictures of herself in a thong and you haven't done that, I'll show you my picture of my thong. Look, if you like me in any way sexually, you can tell me not to virtually. Or if you want to share some of yours with me, or if you want me, I'll send you a thong, okay? And then you can show me your thong. Look, that would make sense. So I don't talk to anyone in my family of origin. I haven't talked to them possibly in more than 20 years. And my siblings, it was just high and by. Ew, que asco todavía dan. So I basically talked to them until I have enough. What is that? Evidence of their abuse towards me in writing. And I stopped talking to them. That was in 2019. That was in 2019. That was in 2020. Oh, my mind is clear. That was in 2020, early 2020. That was in 2020. That was in 2020. They caused more than 19 million people to die. They're so gross. Yeah. It is. So I'm charging my laptop. Just one possible go into a different area. What else? What else? What else? And then leaving my phone charging here. I need like money for food ASAP. What else? What else? What else? What else? overeats what is nearby. Like I'm tired of me. This feels there's no reason why I shouldn't have money. And I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that's causing my starvation on purpose. Just for the fun of it. They're disgusting. That's why I spare you. If that leech continues talking to those people, they're gonna kill me. They're so gross just because I'm pretty, because I have so much potential. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Clarissa Cepeda. She stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles. That's in the way of your saving money. You can decapitate la señora Miriam Lorenzo. You can decapitate Carmenos Carrero. This steals my money and gets in the way of your saving money. Does anything to belong with these leeches, doesn't it? Ew. Forget they attract people on their own too. And they share. They're so disgusting. They rape. So they share in the raping sometimes. And then they're like, oh, this one, he was so nice. And treated me so well. So they sometimes lure people in, rape them, and then bring them into orgies. And I heard that people sometimes with my baby's daddy, they're like fascinated. They're like, wow, like he truly like knows how to treat one. So they go on and starve one. Not only is just my baby daddy, so he has no actual responsibility towards me, only the money that he's stolen from me. But they linger with the leeches a ver a quién pueden atraer and who they can rape. Because she may consider herself a victim of rape decades ago. What else? They starve one on purpose para que uno diga, that's a victim of rape. And people say, okay, and then what? That's your relatives. Relative. Why are you starving her on purpose when you have no reason to do so? What else? What else? What else? I purposely missed that one, but Anissa telling me that I'm less desirable to men because my hair is gray. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Esta también, que ya quizás tiene por lo menos quizás una cana. ¿Quiere burlarse de mi pelo gris? Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Son una basura. Yeah. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate the Señora Miriam Lorenzo. Yes, there's rights. Changing the address here to what's available. Nearby. Juan Jenny and the lady so sorry to kill herself today. I want Carolina Chavez to kill herself today. I want Berlin Jean to kill herself today. I'll be right back. I'm using the restroom. I'm gonna read. Let's get one. So I'm about to do this. I'm gonna place them at a table where I can move my laptop to. Sis. was called. He wants to bring his lobster to court. That's the other one. So I would cry in the court and be like, I don't want to pursue it. And it's not straight or not. And then he'll be back soon. With food from a nearby restaurant. That is the type that he seems to be. En bragging how en 1 hour le dio tiempo a metérselo a alguien. Thinking que no le importa, le está importa cosa. Yeah. So he would be trying to get me to kill myself, just like that can't be my relative at all. And the embarrassment of him being alive and being so dumb and grossly towards people and inhuman. You can make up the women's conversation. That looks so good. Oh, that's good. I'm starving. So I'm browsing through this later. How cute. These are cute. I've seen them before. This. Oh, this is so cute. That is so cute. What else? What else? What else? You play the piano. I want to buy one. Music launcher. What else? What else? This guy. There's suggestions already. That is in our collection. Toaster oven seems okay to me. That sounds really good. And breakfast. I'm not in school. So you can decapitate my homies on the sons and sons that rape me or steal my money and get annoyed when you're stealing. So bread puddings. I can make this for myself, Jane can only make it add almonds instead of cones. So good. Hash browns. Oh, hash browns. What would I eat them with? Avocado. And I may add onions to it. It has onions. Hash browns, avocado, and a mix of berries. Maybe a fried egg. If I'm good. These good. Sunflower seeds roll. I don't know. What else? Chicken toast. These look good. Shortcut is onion. Pancakes. With some lava. Oh, I can't help no. It's chili sauce. What else? What else? What else? What else? I can't remember the recipe. Potatoes and mussels. I saw that at Central Market the other day. That's what I thought. It's good. So I don't mind. Well done. That chicken parm looks so good. I'm sick of it. Coffee. That's the dish that he makes it so. What else? So does his dad. I've tried his dad's too. It's really good. What else? What else? I couldn't bring myself to cook them breakfast. They stayed in my home overnight. I was so stressed. And I didn't fear them raping me. I was uncomfortable. I'm like, how is it that they steal from me? So I did the housewife thing. I've heard that before. Laura looked at Edgar and said, you need to take them all to eat breakfast. Or take them, because I didn't invite them, it was Edgar. Or take them to your brother's house so that they can eat or cook breakfast there. I'm not cooking breakfast for them. What else? What else? What else? They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money. They steal my money. So I felt like really uncomfortable. It's like I can't find any pleasure in cooking breakfast for these people. So he very graciously left with his parents. I don't know if they ate breakfast. He may have said that. On their way there to his brother's home. And I cooked breakfast for myself. Like I had planned to. What else? This looks so good. This looks so good. I miss those Trader Joe's salmon patties. They're so good. I make them for lunch. While Jaden came on here in school. With a salad with roasted vegetables. I find that sometimes that I need to eat some sort of protein that I feel good about. some days, so I'm not strictly vegetarian all the time. What is this address? My location. Right now, it's Carver Library. All my siblings still want to use the excuse that I'm a 44-year-old virgin that doesn't know how to have sex and they need to teach how to have sex. Trying to rape me still? Ew, disgusting. Yeah, they use the excuse of if we don't know how your quality of your sex is, then we'll kill you. But we don't want our names out there. They think that when one has sex with a person, one comes out of the and I never asked for a bunch from the people that I have sex with, which is why I don't talk to anyone privately of like I have sex with Jorge Ramirez in 20. What is that? 16. What else? What else? Building type other. What's not the address? 3350. Harvard Library. Yeah, 3350. In the meantime, it's my brother calling and me annoyance and saying, take down those signs that says that people can meet at the library. So she ties it ready. We give way to be all dressed up in suits in her funeral like this. Like our hands on our back. Como hacen en las películas. We have a routine, some of us guys that can say bye. Meet at the door. Possibly, or the parking lot wouldn't be bad. Meet outside, meet in the lobby. Meet at the door. Or meet outside. I would select outside because outside could be anyone, anywhere around the parking lot area. I can leave instructions, so meet in the lobby. I'm inside of the library. But I mean, at the lobby would be okay. First, I need to wait a few minutes. What else? What else? What else? What is there to do? Oh, did I select that? I didn't change the address. It's 30. Whatever. So for FBI purposes, I'll demonstrate that I know how to get food on my own. But get there, like there's overeats. If she doesn't know with money she'll learn or someone can teach her. There's Mimosa Garden. But I don't need there. What else? What else? What else? Oh, Southern Asian popped up. I want a Madeleine, maybe. Oh, el hijo de Benjamin Suárez Lorenzo me quiere matar porque usually the first takeout que someone has in their home is Asian. And maybe when in China, not necessarily in the United States. What is it that has been delivering Jimmy John's for a while? El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Él está jugando Barbie conmigo, trying. He causes my poverty, but he can't make my decisions of what I eat, what I read. What I drink. Yeah, decades ago, I remember now. Uno decía, oh my God, si yo se emborrachara, entonces sí que sería un hombre para ella. Baker Lorraine delivers too. So this like a cheesecake and espresso. So the story. Commonwealth Coffee House, Vanilla Luna Rosa. No fucking way. It shows up as an option. Not chuleta. There's the lunch menu. I truly want a Madeline, but I would order this at a different time. So one adds a random plate. Very likely what I like to order, just to see if it works. And then whoever that is a stalker, if their camera's here, I can't tell. Those leeches, they're like, oh no, she wants her Corsica. They're so cute. So this is why my dad is like live video for my daughter, because my daughter can't explain it very well. How la leech es una morona asquerosa. Yeah, but me lo mama bien, I'm not gonna deny that. Like, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Guess dogs people. Ew. Trying to come up with her own conclusion. Trying to deceive people into hating people, into killing people. Ew. And my dad would laugh. He's like, they get mad to que uno dice que lo único que hace es mamar bien, pero si eso. Just because she showed up, y hasta a veces con comida, y uno dice, like, wow, qué pérdida de tiempo right there. Mejor se hubiese matado la Lich. Que lo único literalmente es que sabe o mamar pene o abrirse el culo, las nalgas así bien asquerosa. So I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals my money, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that invades my privacy, everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles. So I don't need to walk up to the people here from the city, but they're great delivers. They may be a Sally at a library that after watching my videos says whatever, order food from Uber Eats on my lunch break. And I'll stop complaining because I'm not a leader or a privacy, but I'm just annoyed at the leeches. And some people sadly trying to stop eating when they're annoyed at the leeches. I'm starving. That's just a random dish. Not what I want. But I've tagged the FBI in this post. I've tagged the US Coast Guard, the International Criminal Court, NATO, Interpol, the US Department of Homeland Security, the Air Force, Seeking to that penalty right around this caused my starvation. So removes from cart. Maybe not. Anyways, I would possibly order a sandwich because I didn't eat breakfast. What else? Y la comida. Entonces, la gente de Luna Rosa, they don't do that on purpose. Porque they're considered like, we don't want to be talking about her starvation. We hear about her possibly. Through la leech que me viola, que me viola mi derecho and gets in the way of me receiving money. They're pesters, so. Pero there's a restaurant in Puerto Rico or here in San Antonio that shows live on social media or employees. It's like, look at all the food that we throw away today. Sadly, because there's people that get in the way of one receiving dollars. They'll sometimes say, myself included, like when I worked at Gap and I didn't have money for food or outfits from Gap last year. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Lord. Who can I not find? Well, checking on Madeleine and seeing if they deliver here. What else? There are people watching to like this post. I posted earlier in real time. Been starving since officially like 2016. Slightly, yeah, due to poverty. Pero he would say since she was in her parents' home, y la leech. It's from banana. Y la leech se queda en la casa de ella, little by little. And she lives with him. Eso tiene que dar un estrés. Ella rentó su casa y se fue a vivir con él. Usually those pester them with ha ha ha. Now I live with you and I'm getting paid for renting my own home. They're dumb. No se quedan en su casa. Se mudan inmediatamente con alguien. Ew, ew, ew. These people are disgusting. I only have $1.70 in my bank account. I skimmed through this earlier. $38. Okay, Lonnie texted me this morning. So cute. Jaden texted me last night. So cute too. Anyways, I owe money to Venezuela. Please get the gente que I grew up around because they're rapists, murderers, and thieves. They nickel in time, gente. They're dollar hoarders. Pero una asquerosidad que se embarra. Violando y robando y matando. I want these for myself. And freaking money. And then the blue ones for Jaden. These. What else? What else? What else? What are these? The rare. Ginny and the ladies have 2 kids because I plan to have 2 kids with Edgar. No fucking. Oh. Ew. So they literally found someone that would have 2 kids and would recreate my marriage with Edgar with them in it. Yeah, do you know that Tyson and Jordan are babies? Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. They brand them para decirle they're expensive. Balenciaga cost price. But they didn't want to be that obvious. Is what people said. It's like, well, so what are your name? And don't make me, oh dear God, hopefully you don't get up in there, right? She's pregnant. These are pretty. I want them for myself. These are cute. Sometimes I'll get them men's. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know what size Jaden is. These are cute. They're very cute. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I plan to travel the planet and meet people with polyamorous men. No, not that leash, because Simur Kanyaman. He has no chance. Yeah, the FBI literally says, let him do it his way. So he sees that no one's liking that pose. That no one says, oh my God, that is so Kanyaman. Even like in 2019 in any of my posts. Or Carrie Ann Johnson. Or didn't he hurt you when he said that he would take out Kelly Ryan to Mumford and Sons concert instead of you? People know better to not disrespect me. People know better to not disrespect me. And then there's other places where people can go on and vent and talk. That's why sometimes the comments are like kind of random. Like, esto es de China y alguien dice, ya estoy cansado del coronavirus. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What is this? Ugh. Another album that I'll listen to. Love you on Spotify. What else? Oh, these are so cute. What is this? Maybe it's that I'm at the library. What else? What else? What else? Because not everyone wants a custom home. So people live in pre-made apartments or old residential buildings, and then they're like, I'll just play Minecraft. And that gets their creativity going of having like custom everything. That's just like bananas are for everyone, though they're very healthy. What else? What else? What else? This is cute. Anyways. Oh, that could be his kid that he put there purposely, trying to get me to kill myself. I don't find out about that. These are cute. not pixelated. That's so cute too. What else? Anyways, I'm glad I shared it without looking. Porque even if it was all for little kids, it's really cute to look at, and I do that sometimes. There's Easter weekend. When is that? 420. How lovely. What else was I doing? Oh, Mama Dublin. Is it on Uber Eats? That is just general anxiety because I'm. What else? What else? What else? Oh, there's Minecraft the movie. How cute. I want to watch it. I would watch that with Dating Kingdom. They're interesting. What else? What else? Okay, kids can be mean. Kids can be mean, right? So they need education. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, there's something about miners historic, and I roll my eyes because that's the water cup. But sometimes some people use historic action to like me. I've been too undernourished to be like historic. What else? What else? What else? Those are so pretty. Those are so pretty. What else? 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 Hmm. I read about this. They're nothing nuts. Facebook page, I think. It said like something happened in La República Dominicana. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, what else? What else? What else? Oh, this hasn't ever been done. That is so weird. I act like Ken is like anyone. What else? That's a good outfit too. What else? Oh, that's cute. Sure. Oh, my ex-wife play pretend for the leeches. Yeah. Or he would like, hell no, I don't like her. These leeches. They may introduce themselves as themselves, but they also possibly this leech too. They're like that. A ver qué dice LeBron James, si fuera ella la que estuviera hablando con él. Dale, dale. ¿Y qué más le podemos decir? Y este observa. And there's the dear FBI. I spent 3 hours with these leeches. I need to fill out forms and that all they did all day was steal from Arlene and impersonate Arlene online. Talking to I guess maybe that's what they used to do in the somewhat 10 plus years that they lived with me, and I was unaware of how these leeches behave. Like, I may not have talked to them, like, behind the scenes, like, he talks to them now, or maybe he doesn't talk to them privately. So, él se pone una peluca y le enseña las nalgas. Y Carmelo Anthony says, very unlikely that her ass is that big. Yeah. They think that they're keeping the fun that way. They just killed Gloria Nilsson for being strict. Bring all the sports cars and everything that they couldn't have porque Gloria Nilsson tenía cáncer y no se podía bajar de ese carro, así enferma. What else? Or they did a whole thing. Outrage. Okay, because I was like 2021 was the year of I Need a Loofah. Did they cleanse her body better? I don't need to go on to find out. That doesn't make me a better daughter. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Jimmy Gendali Lorenzo Suarez, you can decapitate Maribel Matias, you can decapitate Yadira Chaparro, you can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Urias, you can decapitate Guillermo Munoz Carrero, steals my money and gets in the way of your saving money. Steals savings and Kignoni's child support money. A ver qué hace la Lich. Es lo que lo hace for. You can decapitate my homie and sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of your money. Hold on, let's go. Starving. I'm not a fan of kitchens. What else? There I am. I've been at the library, but did you see me the other day? I've been sitting for too long, and my legs get long. So I do a little bit of yoga-ish as I'm walking away the seat. What else? Back to this. Alright. La Madeline. There's you build your own breakfast sandwich with a croissant. That is important. Because sometimes I don't like what's already in it. Scrambled eggs, ham, turkey, or bacon with cheddar or some other things. I'm not reading the full description. I don't want. Do they not have the 3, 4 or something online? I don't know. There's a chicken cordon bleu sandwich. Coffee. There's French toast too. I don't order the waffle. That would have been nice since I have a new request. The grilled cheese is good. I'm also into a soup. So the potato soup. Which I have already ordered. And a salad. The potato field greens. What was that? Oh, there's a new vegetable soup. I don't know what to cook for myself. I don't want the strawberries. I do. Lots of coffee. Oh, there is the solid sample. Oh, don't. Jag kan decapitate Luis Lorenzo that tried to rape me when I was 14. You can decapitate my homies, daughters, sons that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate that leech. Oh, and people may say que no se te olvide Lisa Galloso, que no se te olvide la otra. It's like, that's like, and like, wow, you really haven't found out about anyone else. Porque también está Marta Méndez, que te roba tu dinero. Ew, they keep tabs of who is on that dick. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Tipo un porco. You can decapitate la leech, que se hace pasar por mí, that steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles. What else? You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa, you can decapitate Gloria Margarita Cartagena, you can Nicole Nazario, you can decapitate Axel Nazario, you can decapitate Lizzie Marles, that one must go. You can decapitate Janitza Munoz Carrero, What else? You can decapitate the homies, daughters, sons, and sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of your salmon. It's April 9th, 2023. So I want the salad with the petite field greens, the strawberries, enough, and the it's country potato. burrito. Is there not? What is it? Oh, that's vanilla. The cheese. And broccoli. Include utensils. I want coffee. Oh, coffee. I do like pudding. Like I'm ordering coffee and bread. What else? What else? What is this? Anyways, you can decapitate my siblings that want to be cooler than me. Ew. They missed all the marks full. What else? What else? What else? What else? I need money for food. I want to paint again. I've been painting a lot lately. So pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm gonna cook for myself. I'm an excellent cook. And chef sometimes. I added, what was that? Blackberries to my chuka. They mistake me. They don't know how to gauge intelligence. They're so dumb. Even my baby's daddy. I'm surprised that my kids love him for real. So they're like, vamos a ver si después de comer yuca por un año mata o roba un banco para seguir comiendo yuca o no, o si se adapta. Chips de banana, lo que pueda tener. Ew, 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 ew. And out of a lot of people, you should know that I adapt very well. Like, oh, new pizza place. No, like, oh, I miss the pizza from the last place that we were at. So I'm never eating pizza again. It's like before he would get an assignment. I'm like, we're there. And I'm like, guys, today we have a list of places that you and I are visiting when we move there. This restaurant, there's a theme park too. Get right. What else? What else? Esa nena le da envidia hasta que una tome agua. What else? What else? Esa se quiere comer mi banana por mí. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? In the meantime, this doesn't start when I'm waiting to eat my banana. So go to checkout and clean up this basket of, I don't know, waffle. I want this and this. I want cherry top, individual cheesecake. What about the bread? And I didn't. That will happen sometimes. So items. What do I edit? What do I want? That's so weird. Entonces, Adrian Munoz Carrero trying to kill himself. Como que ella no es presión. Like she wasn't like that with me. Pero toda esta leches, even la que no estaba allí, branded me. Supuestamente when I was 3 years old, I started asking people, precio, precio. Possibly hearing how girls or joking around. So they're like, como Ali is like influencer mayor, que when she was 3 years old, walked up to people and started saying, precio, precio. Or maybe it was like one of my first words too. As one is developing vocabulary, oh, that. One is developing vocabulary. And they brand one. Literally very dumb. Yeah. So they're like, well, be precio, precio. So they starved me on purpose, some of them. La Lich, a ver cómo yo manipulo a los hombres y les saco dinero. Para comparar nota of how girl she is, esta tipa usa de excusa de que es violada para violar. Da un asco. Our parents practice wanderlust while I was growing up. Y ella todavía, el padre vive bochornado de ella decades ago. De que she didn't get it. And she blames people raping her. Para ella violar nene chiquito. Ew, 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 ew. Not the only one in my family of origin that behaves that way. There's so girls se hacen like hurt to rape people. They're disgusting. So I want bread. Hmm. Anyway. There's a cherry turnover. Oh, el tipo le dijo a Jerry Garcia donde, porque a veces it's maybe one's brain. Y le estaba faltando, missing out que yo no le hablo a Jerry Garcia. That was like, I said to Sarah, what did you think that was? She's like, maybe he just wanted to sleep with you, like a one-time thing, and then he's done. And I'm like, not quite. I'm acting hysterical because Jorge Vilas raped me, so did David Ledesma. I separated from Edgar. I was overwhelmed and I went a day without talking to him. Jorge is so good, but what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Entonces está la Lich que lo lee. Porque, oh, now I remember after the fact que él quizás se la mama a Ginny Chandalirifo y le dice, déjame leer los mensajitos que él te envía. Oh, corta eso, corta eso. Te envió foto en la Jerry. Oh, wow. Así es todo una basura. Son una basura. Ew, 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 ew. And then I'm upset because, like, what's the point of this that I even remember? De que Jimmy Chandaliris lo viola. Oh, esa because she steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, and gets in the way of me receiving money so I can't date. So Ginny Jandaliris Lorenzo Suárez lo que hace es violar a la gente, es una puerca. Ew, 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 ew. She just killed Gloria Mirza trying to be the prettiest, tan bruta, trying to get me as a stepdaughter. With Ramon, that's why they steal money in preamble, gente a veces. Like maybe she'll get close to me and I can pretend to be the mother and raise her better, raise me better house y ella se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso y maneja mi BMW sin mi permiso. Raise me better how. Ella se cree que la gente no ve la brutalidad de que ella hace y lo que dice. Y es una bruta, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? You can decapitate y ella le dicen esos horas. Que posiblemente se está acostando con todo ese y violándolo. Have you heard about that scam? They say to the police officers, show me let me see you on stage. Your stage can be your bed, can be anything. Bailame. And they gauge quién es el más necesitado. Porque ella se infiltra. Based on what I heard when I was little. In my parents' family's homes, dinner parties full. Ellas se infiltran and they're like, wow. Parece que la esposa de Sally, ella no lo trata bien porque leímos todo el group chat. And it's just a regular conversation. We need to spice it up. Sale Agent García en SAPD, gente. Le vamos a enviar a Evelyn para que le suba la autoestima y lo ponga a bailar. And then they shame them, and then they threaten them, and then they blackmail them, and then they're like, but baby, kind of like that leech that threatens me through Gmail, que si amiga, que si bae. They think that if they write some dumb title, that will make one trust them. Oh, entonces he's like, that's what I do to gauge if she can have her babies again with her. Is she trusting random people on the internet? The only random dumb people that show up at night. Relatives, or people that have been paid by these leeches to harass me. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I want to have sex with a woman as myself. What else? What else? What else? For real, I haven't been in my apartment in a while. I haven't cooked for myself. I dance other than tiptoe. What else? Oh, I purposely, for my first green bean casserole, I didn't call any of the leeches. Do they invade my privacy and talk to Jenny and Kehlani? And they're like, did she cook green bean casserole to you? They place people in one's mind. They're like, cuando cocine green bean casserole, acuérdate de fulana. Ew, el tipo un puerco. Ew. Allá fue quizás Jenny Sendaliris a preguntarle a Jenny Kehlani que tu mamá te cocinaba. Y ella le daba besitos a tu papá así en between dinner o after por las mañanitas, que así. Tan asco, su mente tan bruta, tan mentirosa. Esta también quizás se la pasa, por eso she gets in the way. My dad sending me money, she literally threatened him in my presence decades ago to starve me. Y se la pasan quizá preguntándole a Jaden Kehlani while they're with Edgar y que es cierto, mamá se ponía tanga o no. Esta tipa de Moscow, esa tipa de Moscow es una basura, una asquerosidad, peor que un excremento. Is her dad killing her? Full. Es like, no me diga que Arlene un día va a estar live como alguna de sus primas Qué vergüenza. Testifying for court without testifying for court. And saying, Jimmy Jandaliris es peor que un excremento. Y yo tener que decir, todavía. Se lo tenía calladito. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He may have immunity to kill her. What else? Based on conversations I heard, I think so. Y yo no molesto para nada. What else? So water, coffee. Oh, there's no French roast. I thought there is. La tipa se cree Funny Hammeros y es una bruta. Ella se cree que puede poner 4 personas en un cuarto para que se violen and call that polyamorous. People while being raped se besan. Exactly. Y hay hombres que el pene se le para and they're being raped. I've been said to. La tipa es una puerca, una cruz. Yeah. You can decapitate Jimmy Gender esos horas. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Joanna Vargas. What else? I guess it'll be a coffee, latte, or cappuccino. Cappuccino and bread. Store money for food. Where's the bread? ¿Ya entendieron? Si no había entendido que they're no priority to me. For real. For real. I'd rather starve and die, though I'm not trying to. Than ever live with those leeches that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me or save money. And I have homes with at least 2 of them. They've starved me for more than 30 years trying to rape me. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. There's only one way to get a woman to have sex with one, and it's respect, not starvation. El tipo es un puerco, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate how many times the sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of their saving. What else though? I've heard about me being that. That's why they went on to starve me on purpose, steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money. And they killed my mother at 84. Anyways, ¿dónde están las doñitas y los doñitos que se lo maman en mi casa? Sí, que no hay permiso de estar en mi casa. Sending my GoFundMe campaign to those people. Yeah, seeking that bounty for them. That's why they don't give me money. Ella, la Lich sabe, la Lich dice, Mark Bonilla se lo mamó, Natividad Lorenzo tuvo con él esta mañana. Mini Ocasio tuvo desayuno con él ayer. For real. I don't know how they keep track of all of that. Ew. They're so disgusting. Anyways, this is Jerry Garcia. You can decapitate if he steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, and gets in the way of me receiving money. If not, such a great light. Very great light. What else wanted to go out dancing with me? Yo pelazo el dinero. He's like, when you go out dancing, let me know about it. I'm like, where and when? I don't want David Ledesma Lich there watching me be happy with Jerry Garcia when David Ledesma's rapes me and steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. Ew. What else? What else? What else? So I declined his invitation to go. Don't tell me you'll run into him. He won't kill me. And I'll dance with him. That's why I don't read anything behind the scenes like that they're talking about. Porque I just met him once. Ese es el nene tan lindo. What else? What else? What else? Malish Esta caused him to move to San Antonio just to run into Indito. Y a quien le roba dinero a él con esa historia. Es lo triste. Sabe que alguien like megastar. Que people like Jerry Garcia are megastar. And so moved to San Antonio y que for her. Y como el lindo llegó cierto. Mételo aquí, mételo allá, mételo aquí, Berenice también. Y Kayla y Jenny Jandaliris le dijo, sí, yo me pongo una peluca de rubia y te abro el culo así. Tan asco. Son una basura. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Jenny Jandaliris Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Kayla Barnes. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo Sons. That have raped me to steal my money and get in the way of your sin. Oh, I need to say it out loud to at least one person. So that's why I keep pushing through without killing anyone with my hands in self-defense. Hoping that they'll back off from stealing from me, from getting in the way of receiving money. For keeping me poor so Jaden and Kelani can't be with me or I can't visit Jaden and Kelani. Someone finds a way, and I recorded it and everything. When I ran into Morgan Corazon Messenger, I was seeking the death penalty for you because you're home. She stayed in my homes without my permission decades ago as a child. Wanna be porn star Morgan? Ew. Low self-esteem, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Morgan Hanley if she stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money. You can decapitate Benjamin and Suarez and his sons that make me steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money. I need to charge myself. Anyways, back to this. The Motherland. I can order food from here. And is Morgan that dumb to be stealing from me and saying I'm famous on her YouTube channel? They're so dumb. It's like people give them warnings decades ago of stop stealing from Arlene, stop getting in the way of Arlene's finances. And they, for a while, boast, possibly, that they're famous. Mira, salimos aquí y allá. And I'm the hero. Have you heard those leeches? I'm the hero. Where's my money? If he hasn't. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And there's my mommy. That's what he says. People that I didn't even think about ever. I didn't remember. I don't know if that's his real name. Richie Hill. And I didn't want to meet with him again. I don't want to take them out on a date. Y ellos están vestidos esperándome. Yeah. So, what else? What else? What else? What else? So, 41. 2 waters or 3 waters? 2 is enough because there's a water fountain here. So if I needed more water, I could get water. Need a pedicure. So he is upset that I didn't go on to look at the routines of La Lich que se lo mama para hacerse el que es mejor ella que yo. So Gloria Nirsa used to buy me Avon. He wants to make me feel inferior literally every day. To me is what he's doing. Your mother isn't good for you, and I'm what's best for you. Ew. Fool. So él usó de excusa. Gloria Nilsson no manejaba. Like Avon showed up to her home. Porque they would brag, like little kids, de las nenas que no valían la pena, pero la mamá trabajaba, so siempre estaba mamándole el pene. And they're like, si Gloria Nilsson trabajara. Like, that's not the issue. I don't want to have sex with you. If you would just give me space for me to do my own thing, maybe you could be a petty fuck here and there, but that would be it. I said decades ago, pero they lost the opportunity decades ago. Decades ago. They want to make it sound like Gloria Nilsson's a bad mother. Y como si el pelo del fuera rojo. I plan to throw up on it. And people end up going off my. Well, final two table. I'm bored. I'm bored. To use the restroom again. So, I'm doing that. Also, no matter that. And looking to see who they follow. Sunday, my girlfriend recommended to those people. I missed you morning. You can look out behind me. It's all the sons that rape me and steal my money. And the way me steal money. How does he get away with that? Ew. I need to charge my phone. Are they in court? I hope so. And I hope to be the prosecutor. But not like hung up on the idea of it. Story. I didn't want to bring those issues up. But I'm glad that I've done it to the best of my ability without letting them cling on to me. Getting unhealthily attached to them, that's important to me. I'm taking the death penalty for Elvin Lorenzo, Madeline Acevedo Lorenzo, Yolanda Suarez Lorenzo, Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, Serafín Lorenzo, Josefa Crespo. Este tipo es un puerco. He threatened me decades ago that my fingers would hurt from typing and no one's gonna give me money for me to live. Well, no basura. He's a terrorist. No quiero saber. So, I have a picture. Oh, that's not the right address. Though it could work. Carver Branch. Oh, I don't need utensils, but I would change that. If I were to place an order, you can decapitate the homies or the sons of sons. Everything is steal my money, get in the way of my ceremony. You can decapitate David Ledesma. You that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. My siblings do that. They steal my money and then they orchestrate. We're getting a job. They try to find out where beforehand. Trying to befriend one. So they call speaker for David Ledesma to rape me. And then they want me to cry to them privately. Que David Ledesma me violó, and then they're gonna be like, David Ledesma, que está cansado con Panchita, velocidad. O cantar eso that way. Your personal details of their sex life. Jeringonza el apellido. Sí, nos enteramos, nena, porque Evelyn estuvo hablando con él. Y entonces nos enseñó tu foto que tú le enviaste en lingerie a todas. Aquí los comentarios. Mira, Ginny Dandaliri le da un rating de 8 de 10 a tu vagina. Yo le di un 6, pero porque tú eres mi hermana. They do listen together, Morgan. And he's so gross and so dumb that he literally went on to find out one of each stereotype to introduce to me. It feels like it. Of a female. A ver con cuál yo encajo y me hago mejor amiga. Sí. Ninguna. I can be civil around them because I didn't invite them into my life. So when I see them like at a military base, I'm like, oh, there's that leech, pero whatever, you can just go to school with my kids. Whatever. A mí ella ninguna me viola, a mí ninguna ella me toca. No, son. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate las leches. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, steal my money, and get away with your statement. They want to do the whole thing again. Where they cry to me. Like, here's Miami Universe. And they're like, oh, what about with this hair? What about with this wig? What if I just give up one of my kids in adoption? That's just us ignorant. Porque didn't you have babies? And girls have sex with big girl then. That's what I want to say behind the scenes. That's a cute dress. So relatable to me. What else? This looks so good. I could be cooking for myself already. I'm an excellent cook. And chef. Also, that's why he wants to starve me on purpose, because I'm an excellent cook and chef and I've never cooked like him. On purpose. No porque se me olvidó. No porque yo no sé lo que es un calendario. No porque yo no sé lo que es la hora. No porque yo no sé lo que es una llamada telefónica. No porque yo no sé lo que es un email. No porque yo no sé lo que es Messenger y currently deleted it. Or Instagram DM. Ew. O yo no sabía llamar a mi mamá y a mi papá. Y decirle cuál es el número de fulanito asqueroso. Whatever, I'm in the mood for a petty fight. A freebie of sorts. To an underserving leech. And my parents don't want them near me. I'll say this, and I'm tagging the FBI because they've been known to say I have a gun and I'm gonna kill her as soon as I'm done having sex with her, so no one else can have her. Both of them. Wow. There's plenty of people that shop at Adam and Eve Rebel. And possibly have a great sex life. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2017. There, she saw it. Ew, she saw my vagina pictures. Oh, they get excited when one shows their pictures. They think it's the opposite. Yeah, they saw my vagina pictures that I sent to Jorge Aviles, Michael Norman, and David Ledesma. Yeah, oh, they saw it. Oh, qué asco. Ew. Oh, ew. My reaction cord one day, or this will be enough to get this much affection. Anyways, I'm tying the FBI indisposed NATO, Interpol, the International Criminal Court, the U.S. Coast Guard, the Air Force, in the United States, the U.S. Homeland, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, for Gasco, yeah. I may take one day and say to Janet, can only this before you keep. And not. If you don't want to participate in behaving good, I seek the death penalty for you. What's been me since age like 2 or precio como abogada que tengo. What? For real? For anyways, alright. I'm starving. I'm starving. So, you who gets in the way of me receiving money. So I don't cry in court. I mean, aren't they like natural porn stars? My mother's dead already. Like legit being paid for in their early years. I always laugh. I'm like, the worst thing that can happen in meaning uncomfortable is that I find out about my parents having done porn like that. Just because I want to see that. What else? What else? Out of respect for them. What else? So, what else? So David Ledesma se quedó con la gana de humiliate me, de que I'm a hoe that sends her pussy picture to just anyone that sends it to him. All these leeches are like, haha, we saw it. Anyways, what else? What else? What else? What else? Damasco, they had a plan, pero they missed out. De hecho, no participó en la conversación en la que no quiero participar. Even in Facebook in 2020, they're like, oh, dámela total, déjame feel it. And I'm like, whoa, I reply to this. I have another tab where I'm on my phone. What was it? That video that I saw on YouTube that I want to share? Or that book that I read? Or here's a picture of the cup where I'm drinking coffee at the moment. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is my brother dead already? Did he smell my pussy picture? Ew. They want to slut shame. They're so gross. And he caused my credit score to be lower by stealing my money and bullying me. And now wants to kill me because I'm an embarrassment to people. Then he thinks I could be stealing people's money. He doesn't know how to regulate emotions. These are old people. What else? By beauty standards, they're old people. What else? You can decapitate me, honey, and son of sons of sons. I rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. So, starving. I'm like feeling like I'm about to pass out. Oh, and so that's where David Ledesma is. That's why I work out, because with my arms I can hold you, take your time. And Drew me va a pagar cuánto por matarla, cuánto me va a dar Andrew. And then we can all be at her funeral like this. Yeah, have you heard that they're creepy as fuck? Yo sé que no sirve para eso. What? Porque my dad would tell me, think of a place for them all in the planet. Those people that steal from you and stay in your homes without your permission, get in the way of your saving money and steal your vehicles. Think of where you would place them in the planet. I'm like, nowhere. He's like, okay, then say that to the court. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, my siblings do that. Possibly my father too. Oh, la Lisandra esa. He gets someone with the last name Lorenzo with a college degree, and then he mocks her. You're still my mama. And they're so embarrassing. That's why she doesn't say. And your mother's like your dad and your siblings, as if my mother doesn't exist. And then there's no progress ever. And then Gloria Nir says dead. What else? 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 They're so disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Will I try that soup kitchen or eat something like a yogurt from HEB and then try waking up tomorrow to try the sack lunch option? Pero the soup kitchen, if they cook food that I would like, I want a hot meal. I'm on Bill Miller right now. El tipo es un puerco, una basura. Bill. He studied patterns of how some people in my family of origin apparently were truly in danger or being starved by a relative, a significant other, possibly. So he's like, oh, so if I steal your money and I talk to people that I'm a terrorist, is I talk about your discharge and I have la leech collecting money for you, pero no te damos el dinero, te hacen pasar por asistente phone, then you'll die. Oh, a happy death is what they call it. You can die a happy death, Arlene. You don't know if one day you're gonna get in an accident, you die. If I kill you, you can get a happy death. Yeah, and they want their dicks involved in it. They're creepy as fuck. No one happy me. For real. What else? What's the happy meal today? I like that print a lot. I wish I had some Marcos. I love this one. Oh, those sandals are so pretty, the brown ones. What else? Those brown ones are so pretty, love simple. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ugh. If you're welcome, if it works out from day one, yeah, he knows how to keep his mouth shut, then the rest of the family is like, how did he log out? And he's with Carmencita, la inteligente, que todo tienen y todo quieren. And there's people in my family of origin that identify, they're like, yo soy un bruto y mi esposa me quiere porque yo la observo a todos ustedes. Y yo digo, si yo me quedo callado y la respeto, mi matrimonio funciona, después que yo no viva con ella todos los días, pero yo no quería vivir con ella todos los días, o aunque viva con ella todos los días, ¿qué voy a hacer? Me voy a hacer fiar. Los días que no me lleve con ella, me voy a hacer algo como ser fiar, que me pueda morir. Y I don't know si exageran o lo hacen o no. It's like if I ever get frustrated, instead of hurting her, I will just like practice a hobby that will hurt me. What else? 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 So it can be done. Like this has been talked about for decades. And also, like if they weren't leeches, one sees them somewhere like, oh, qué lindo. And if they didn't carry the heavy baggage of, we have to have motivation, pero they possibly get paid a lot. Or another joyride in my Maserati, Michael Norman in Tampa. I'm riding my bike and like the almost picking flowers, sometimes picking flowers. He was possibly in my Maserati in Tampa. As a promise already, que le dieron, you find a snap, puts a picture that this can be your lifestyle. He drives a Ford, looked like a brand new truck, great condition. Did he buy that for himself? That's just as good as a most. And that boy delivered. Like he invited me to have sex with him in his truck, so that's where we. A few days later. Oh, but so that's why I don't need to talk to anyone privately about him. What else? 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 Lace leggings. They're so cute. Some for myself and some for Kid Mommy. I need to charge my phone. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Zero people are watching. So I like this post. Anyways, I shared this. Oh, no, I had my blurb. Oh, I deleted the post though. Possibly. If not, I don't know. Share it again. Let's. Okay, it has to work out for me from day one. Not my fingers hurt from typing. That's abuse towards one. What else? 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 And they don't even like me, so it's so gross and rude. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? When I eat food, I need to keep checking my inbox to see if I received money being gifted to me. So, look at my phone. What else? Sorry, I'm not gonna hang out, possibly Target. Oh, there's a waffle. I saw that there, though it's not a bad idea. Like, I could stay here for hours. So I could eat the waffle later on. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I need to wash my hair. So, that place. Down to San Antonio. Food bank recommended a church. Oh, the Zavala seems so far away. Oh, ella me iba a enseñar a fumar weed y a ponérmelo en el toto y que puff. Like, for real, I have a recital of dating game movies that I possibly missed, that I didn't want to miss. They think that now if Gloria Nirsa is dead, that then I'll let them do marijuana with me. They're so gross. They're so poquita cosa. There's people that smoke weed that are like very high end. I imagine. Ew, eso es lo de ellos, esos son bien poquita cosa. Ew. Y si maduraron no me interesa saber. Ew, eso es lo que ella hace, es el truco de ella, gente. My, por si la quieren alquilar, they want to be famous or not. That's something that if anyone can try. Some men may say that they do it with their asses. Or they wouldn't put it. I've heard, like, you don't have anything to prove to people. Why would I even go near that? So that's what they do. That's their talent. That's why they kill. Porque if you don't want to join their talent, they kill. Porque ellas son las Barbies de Ken, que ya, puff, marihuana de la tuta. Vergüenza, no conozco. Dan, oh, matan por eso. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went into 2020 like, please spare me of your vagina trick. Yeah. Anyways, you can decapitate all those leeches. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and sisters that rape me. Y ellos lo que dan es pena a gente, and I'm the one that's starving and doesn't have money with her. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Asco que da. Alright, let's say let's go for a cappuccino. Don't do that with strangers. I don't want any money. And I don't know what that person looks like from the picture. Decades ago, they brag about it like it's a badge of honor that they puff vagina out of their asses or their culos. Y se llama La Barbie de Ken. And you can join us, but why won't you? This wasn't something I was looking for, but something. Then being around those leeches. Like I was healing from my cankles. La ganadora de los hijos tiene mejor nota. Yo me quiero reír con mujeres de verdad puertorriqueñas un día de esto. Porque debes. Que esto no vale la pena ni comentar, ni quizás no voy a tener la conversación. Y quizás voy a estar en un lugar un día con alguien, quizás alguien aquí está aquí. El fuck me standby destruye hasta las notas que tienen los hijos y las hijas de The Real Deal. Para ella hay que verse mejor. Dan un asco. Esto es un fuck me instead. Ew. Quite literally. Si alguien no te lo mama hoy, yo te lo mamo. Así hablan. Oh. Ew. You can decapitate a Linda Jesus. You can decapitate. That rate me stealing when you get in the way for me for sleeping. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo that possibly killed Gloria Nilsson. Because I don't cry like nobody wanted. Es un minúsculo bien. No cuenta para mí ni como niño. No existe en mi mundo. Nunca. Oh, y eso no le da la ventaja de que he's gonna show up and be like, wow. It's like, oh, pretty boy there. That was possibly drugged last year, Corazon Day Center, damn. Travis Park Church. Or even Central Library, so that he wouldn't beat me up. Travelers, get ready. This is so easy to do. So a leech steals my money with the excuse, hey, my siblings are sorrows. Y si se le olvida manejar y le pasa por encima a alguien, no demandarán. So they're like, well, based on our experience, they don't have any. They pretend to be sociologists and they're just dumb. And they go on saying if Arlene hasn't touched a vehicle in 5 years, then she can't have one today. That is not true. There's scientific research that some of my relatives have had to pull up, literally in court, not to them. And then they bring it along to a party. They're like, guess what I brought to court? Against fulanito que está ahí comiendo. Y fulanita que está ahí comiendo. That there's scientific studies that it's like riding a bike, De cuando uno está en el car dealership, uno tiene una persona ahí, so uno va like, oh, that also shows up too, even if it's said in my head, even if it's a sports car. Some people, and those people are like, okay, what car dealership is it? I'm gonna get a job there so that when she shows up, when they give her money, I'll find out. And I'll be like, are you hi? So sit here with me so slow. Because they know, like, they don't, like, sometimes people talk based on what I heard when I was growing up, that people at car dealerships are like, by the way, so and so está media novata otra vez con esto de la licencia. Eso se le llama eso. And it's fixable. Está media novata con esto de la licencia, so she may be looking for a sports car and taking for 100 miles straight en la Marinar. Y ahí hay una escuela. So, sí, por ahí entrando. Just say, like, slowly, que creemos que no has manejado. ¿Tú has manejado últimamente? También le preguntan eso. ¿Has manejado alguna vez? ¿Es tu primera vez manejando? So that they tone it down while they're driving. Pero my driving skills are intact. Red means stop, yellow means slow down, and green means go. Carmelo Anthony was. What else? What else? I'm so bored. What else? Oh, what is this? Porque quizás no es una palabra y tienen que aprender. Y esa nena se sabe todo mi chisme. They're like, mami, hoy comí un guineo. ¿Y qué es un pine? ¿Qué carajo se cree Jada Harrison? They get mistaken just for existing. Oh, I love La Hermosa. Is there Senor Paleta still? What else? I want Lancome and some other non-brand ish stuff that they'll have there. Do they have water that they sell? What? Eh, I want to watch this. My computer's gonna shut off. I'm heading to the restroom. I need to charge my phone. Anyways, these are so much fun as an alternative. I can move there and get, isn't there a train station and buses I can get to dates? For real, those leeches that I go around full of dumb excuses. This is why this looks dumb to some people. People are like, you can live at the Pearl without a car, even if there's parking lots there, and call it car free. But okay, if you want to like do exclusively no vehicles, or there are vehicles that one can rent to take out some parking space. The point of this is that my rights are being violated by mostly my siblings that want to rape me. My dad that's fed up with me. Okay, he was supposed to just be there raising Gloria Risa's kids with her for a little bit, and then flee. My siblings held on to him, trying to rape him, trying to be like, ay, la mujer nueva de él. What else? What else? What else? What else? So even if I can't drive a vehicle, then I can move to, where's this? Arizona. There's overrides too. So many alternatives. And my family wasn't just house complejos. They're like, oh no, if she's in an override, does she look too expensive? It's all up to them about like, what if a guy or a girl sees her and they're interested in her? Oh, they like the Nikes that she's wearing. Oh, they think that the whole family wants Nike. They're embarrassing. Ew. I'm charging computer, switching seats. Second. Table starting. I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna find a book. World Trade Center tribute and rights. What? Well, my family of origin are seldom. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, some people have warned my siblings, you don't have to kill Gloria Nirsa, you don't have to take your sister as a prisoner, you don't have to separate her kids from you. If you truly have like Sapio social hour once, you know, then you don't get it right. No, we're sure they were warned decades ago that if you stay too early, hey, we're having sapiosexual hour. Can the kids know that they're older join us? But the problem is that they steal my homes, they get in the way. They steal my vehicles, they steal my money, and then they have one yearly sapiosexual hour based on all the hype and grossness. Literally, their brain is worse than that. Just full, full. They're so gross. They're appalled at me. They're like, how can she be like so perfect when we don't strive for perfection? So a little regular vanilla to the lighter. So that something. Or I don't know. Like it's been so grossly towards me. But now I read them. In my head. Did I say not like that? Like, what did he say that to? He'll confirm if he's he ends up confessing. He'll start with food from the motherland or the Metalson. Delivered to my apartment or here to so this. There's no family besides my family or whatever it feels like that tries to act like the daughter doesn't exist. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Forget if they go on say, my sister's a victim of rape. People say, give her money. They're like, no se lo va a dar dinero. Let me tell you more about my dick. That's who's been raping her. Ew, no, that's cool. Where is that place? I barely posted today. One news station. Rhetoric Crisis Center. That would be good. Forget those leeches. They say she's a rapist. She doesn't stand up for her rights. Here's my pussy. Here's my pussy. They're girls. They try to excuse themselves. With they're gonna say that they killed Gloria Nirsa because I didn't want to visit the rape crisis center and admit that I'm a rape victim, and then I visited for her just for the aesthetics. El tipo es un puerco, like at the lowest of the low, o sea, arrastra nada más por tener relaciones sexuales. Lo que da pena, yeah. What else? page. There's the National Sexual Assault Hotline, right? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. How about how many sort of citizens that raped me to kill themselves today? Joanna Vargas to kill herself today. I want Carolina Chavez to kill herself today. And Sarah Francis to kill herself today. What else? What else? What else? I want Berenice Venegas to kill herself today. I want Kayla Barnes to kill herself today. You can decapitate me for me and so just as sons that rape me as my money and get in the way when you're saying money. Born starving. And I want to get back to this stitching and share my work online. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I shouldn't be surprised if to a court they go to jail or get decapitated as there's the significant others, like domestic violence, possibly. What else? 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 I'm bored. Back to this. Hopefully I received money from my GoFundMe campaign, PayPal, or in person. You can decapitate Cyrus Peña. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa. You can decapitate Diana Sabela. You can decapitate Carlos Carrero. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and Susan and Rick Mansell and Megan they're still trying to fool. That's the leech's like favorite thing to do, to find out. So is he still trying to? Yeah. It's like when I'm better than better, when I can do way better, when I'm financially stable, I won't let myself get raped. What else? speaker on right now. I'll just stop here. And things I go in a different area to be quiet. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Someone. You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Gutiérrez. You can decapitate Mariana Mason. You can decapitate Sonia Guadalupe. You can decapitate my holding sources. The sons that rape me is coming money. O sea, ella tiene educación. They're like, well, I guess si queremos enseñar estos trucos de puffy marihuana, whatever, vaginas, y no que viva, no lo podemos hacer en casa robada, ni en vehículo robado, ni robándole dinero a alguien, ni robándole dinero a otra persona. These people attended school, like a lot of them. Yeah, whatever they learned, they use it to extort people. Ew, 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 ew. I deleted that video and opened it. You should download it. The part of the video was, do you know that these people say my mom's a dog? Let me see if Laura's today. Oh, I won't be able to go to that soup kitchen. My phone is in charge. Yeah, well, never. I'll delete those pictures from your phone too. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hold on, let's go. Algunas que hablan español quieren decirme, nena, quítatelo de tímida, yo te apoyo. And they're like, ya salieron su primera quesita. Ya mismo quizás está llorando y hace un proceso. Pasa, un periquito, se te quita como un periquito. Out there, are you sure you don't need to win? Give her some comfort, that leads to drugs. There's campaigns that warn you about leeches in one grew up around them, starting with one siblings. Ew. Ew. I missed it. Good morning. church. So, San Antonio Christian Church. How does one get there? There's a goulash donut place nearby. What else? What else? What else? What else? And a dental clinic. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else?
You need to charge your phone, sis.
Oh, the beaches are mad. Oh, is he killing them? I hope so. I pray to God for real if he has immunity to do so. Porque ella lo violan desde que eran chiquita. Con Arlene no se adapta a nada. Arlene no viaja. And I'm like, Harvard Library has to visit the library. So I practice polyamory with myself and they hate her. Even the leech, porque como es lo que me quieren violar y dañarme la autoestima para que yo me convierta en drogadicta como él. Pero they hate it when one is like, my dad must be laughing. Because they hate it that one is ignoring them on purpose. That was just my baby's daddy, so I have nothing to talk to him. Not my husband, like, and he knows it too. And there's nothing wrong with him being the baby daddy. In the meantime, these leeches le abren el culo literalmente así a la gente diciendo, no, Arlene, pobrecita, no sabe viajar, no sabe llegar a los sitios. Y ella tiene a JJ Keimani con ella. So, como que no puede. And then one says, like, I take road trips with my kids for a few weekends. I do day trips with my kids. And then all those people that she raped feel like, I feel the same. You said that your sister doesn't trauma. People are like, you were raped to those victims. There's no cohesiveness here of a relationship. You had sex with someone that's like, my sister doesn't travel. Using her mother's cancer as an excuse. Of what? There's nothing here that indicates that you and Evelyn Lorenzo will have a relationship where you could both would have sex. Evelyn Lorenzo will rape you. Have you heard about that decades ago? People saying that. Anyways, here I go. Oh, I need one screenshot. I can be recycling content. I can be recycling content. Wow, ellas se violan. Ew, un asco. Hablan de mí. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Lord. Lord. I heard competition. But they need a break room for the people that work here. Oh, I'm not Yolanda. and it might not even be Yolanda. And there are people who like start saying like hi to the receptionist, and by the third day of the night, realized. But I've done that. So I've gotten the Wi-Fi password at a place possibly where it was in public, and I've asked, and I've just asked politely without like visiting 3 times though, and let me know. Some people say, but what if one blends in sometimes, or they may know who one is? One says, "Can I have the password to the Wi-Fi, please?" What else? I want to eat a soup baker again. What else? Some Carver Shire. It takes 2 hours to get to that place. So I won't be able to make it because I'm missing my Diablos bus. Oh, you can decapitate everyone that caused my starvation and my poverty. I couldn't get to my mother, that's cash only. Yo con eso no podía llegar a Puerto Rico ni con $300. Porque el pasaje nada más vale más que eso. Tengo que llegar con tenis nuevos, por chanclas nuevas, outfit nuevo, comida para mí antes, durante, luego. Yo me bajo del avión for the most part como en el mesón sandwiches. Basically, people says that hasta mi madre le da envidia porque yo no tuve relaciones sexuales con él, and I'm like, I'm happy chilling at home with my parents. So he went on to kill my parents. I mean, my mother. But very creepy. I don't want him ever near me. What else? I need money for food. I'm gonna dance in garden next week. What else? Is it Andrew? Is it Albert? Is it Alex? I don't want potatoes on them. My puddle's going on the noodles. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What age did I say he is? 35? Not 39. What else? Oh, they want confirmation that I know that they know each other. So they've been gruperos for how many years? Trying to rape me? Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Pretty? I'm not gonna type. Forget they don't love themselves, so they kill one or try to kill one to find the love of their lives. They are the love of their lives and they don't get it. They're so dumb. They're You're so dumb. A esta gente ya se lo he hablado por décadas. Y no entienden, no respetan, son una basura. I'm aiming for like a ton of women to hopefully get the death penalty for abusing me. Like I believe in equality, they go and believe in the men. What else? I haven't eaten my banana yet. Yeah, that's what they're known for. And they think they go on and say they deceive you into being the good friend that listens to them. And while they rape you, they're like, well, do you think that she'll give me a chance someday? I heard it all. Was they're so gross. What else? ¿Qué carajo tiene que importar que esa gente todavía se hablan o no se hablan? I don't go on seeking any of them. Not the FBI. What else? I can take out Luis Lorenzo tried to rape me when I was 14. So as my daughter overseas, it could be stress. So he basically drove me to starvation. So I would do like to people, what do you think I should sell my artwork for? As the warning sign, I should move with my mother immediately if I didn't want my mother killed for starving. Porque Gloria Risa suffers from crippling anxiety. She's dead already. And depression. She didn't have a mother. And she was extremely abused by the family that took her in. And these leeches just verbally abused her. They took away their willingness, like myself, for a while, of traveling alone. Because they felt that they were going to be stalked and raped by Cagao. That wore a diaper until I was like, what, 8 and 13? And doesn't want people to know about it. And it's so frazzled. He goes and killing people. He's so dumb. It's like, this paper's so dumb, and he goes and tears it. And I don't tear the paper, I'm not even except that trick. What else? What else? I'm bored, I'm starving, and I don't know for food. In the meantime, this is what these leeches send. They're so gross. And he possibly does. One of the homies, sons has money that belongs to me. Y el tipo es un bruto, he doesn't know how to use PayPal, doesn't know how to use GoFundMe to give money to one. What else? 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 Or I must say I was good morning. Anyways, my bus pass is on my phone, and I can't get to that place. My phone is charged only at 9%. Oh, so my siblings are so gross. They starve me on purpose to get praise, and I won't let them because I'm continuously exposing them. They wanted to be like, look at us. We bully her privately. But if she's at the library, she says, I'm hungry. We're like, here's another gift card. It's like even with their bullying towards me. They should be able to send me money. Ellos what is it? Se identifican brutal, so people call it. Decades ago. It's like it has to be their way of promoting them as legal prostitutes or nothing where I start. So they probably have content that they created. Con ropa que me robaron, joyas que me robaron, dinero que me roban, arma de fuego that they go on possibly registering in my name for. I think one of those leeches of Benjamin Suarez and Sons got a power of attorney from Gloria Nisa Sadly. Decades ago, I said he's my caregiver husband when he isn't even a piece of shit. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, and then they have witnesses of how dumb and gross they are. He asked Edgar decades ago to not give me money so that I can't flee for him to rape me. That's not a good way to ask sex for a lady. So the answer is no, I don't want to have sex with that leech ever. He terrorized my parents to starve me. He stole my money to date him, trying to take me prisoner that I wouldn't go on a cruise by myself ever. He stalked me at the library, stalked me in a restaurant, raped me full. I wanted to move out alone, and I think I have a home that's just for myself, and I couldn't live in it porque este tipo promised that wherever I would show up, he would show up too. And he's already raped me. I was tiny while I looked for stuff, and he showed up there. Like, maldito sea, like, I really like this place porque nadie. You think que nadie compra there, but people do. So, like, rarely estaban todas las mesas llenas, or even if there were, it felt like I was there alone, dining as a teen. And he showed up, took me to the beach, and raped me there. What else was Don Moscow? Don Moscow. Anyways, hungry. I need money for food. Anyways, water. There's no electricity in my apartment, so I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people through Instagram. I gotta stay in San Antonio for a while. Have JD's and Mommy here with me. And then maybe travel to other places, keep a home here. No, I don't know, just yet. But others, it's daughters that I haven't visited yet. There's 1902. It's a new restaurant here. Recently opened since the internet. I shop H&M today. College Shaw's already open. Open in February. Oh, the Applebee's IHOP thing is opening in San Antonio's west side. I read about that. Like open and seen. Near Margog Road. Is Applebee's open 24 hours? If I have 24 hours of that location. No bit more just being. So nothing new. What is there new here? Oh, there's Mango that I haven't shopped at. There's Zara. Where else do I want to visit before I even leave San Antonio if I do? I will visit Central Library a few more times around there. My siblings are so dumb. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Sevilla. You can decapitate Marina Lorenzo Sevilla. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Sevilla. What else? What else? What else? Sure, my girlfriend, you can pay with people through Instagram. Story, I remember for. I need a swimsuit. I could be tanning today. Also, I'll start with Target. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yes. Let's turn to eat over here. Besides Popeye, food near me. There's a code. What is for brothers? Anyways, he killed my mother-in-law friend. And I may cry one day. After shopping, maybe. She did design for herself after that. After I terrorized her. Then as an adult, he didn't correct his behavior. So dumb. He's like, why should I change my way after a certain age? And it's like, kill yourself already. Stop hurting us. Fall. Ew. Ew. Que nene más mal agradecido todo ello fue decades ago. Ew. They watch MTV, they're like, oh, someone could be like literally eating a mango queso and like tomando agua. The mothers are preparing like, what is it? Chocolate cortes. And because there are people intermix that won't let them rape one. They're like, oh, we're gonna kill you so that we're gonna be in a yacht one day, like even with our mothers, for give chocolate corte, whatever. So I'm like, ya no te voy a dejar mamarme la tuta porque mira, hablaste mal de chocolate corte. Quite that, girls. And I'm like, wow, like, it would take out. In my head, it's like, this is a direct relative of my mother, a relative of my mother. Behaving this grossly. I'm just like, I'm gonna help out in the kitchen sometimes, and they hate that. They hate that. I'm just like, I'm heading over to where the chocolate cortes is being made, getting a piece of what they're all like, ew, because they think that those are conversations that will entice them. Let one get raped, they're that dumb. Allá está ella comiendo chocolate cortés extra. Y no nos dejó violarla. And the mothers would be like, no le hagas caso. Just ignore it. What else is? Occasion, like, eso no se puede con educación, ya. And I would get asked, like, it's better if you leave this kitchen. Even though it's your own mother's kitchen. So we don't have this conversation now. I'm like, okay, but can we have it at some moment? They're like, you want the FBI involved in me to seek the death penalty for my own child? It's like, I'll get to that when it turns 18. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're like monitoring that. Okay. What else? What else? Que chat en mi chat. And then someone will be like, oh my god, estoy la agradecida. Because some of us are like, oh, she's like spending time with us, so they may be sex suddenly. But they find out one. They're like, thank you for spending like 5 minutes with us here in the kitchen. Un besito, but it doesn't mean anything. What? No one else is and I don't go on to find out. I don't want to like cling on to, or people cling on to me, that their families are sex addicts. So, anyways, I can't send my GoFundMe to people to that account. I sent it too many times today. In the meantime, removieron, we get homeless, por el juego, como si nadie tuviera mundo. Taking the penalty for Kayla Barnes. What? Students. I'm bored. I'm bored. Oh, I was gonna pick like Nordstrom instead. There's Rebecca. Elizabeth Washington seeking the death penalty for. I'm following her on Instagram. I want that dress for Kehlani. How cute. Es la viola y a veces roba idea o es casualidad. Ya me había dicho de Beverly Carson, tampoco me gusta. Was she a small child when she stays in my home, steals my vehicle, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money? Dan asco, gente, for real, so disgusting. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles, and stays in my home without my permission. So that's what he's doing. I'm seeking the death penalty for Meghan Markle. I'm seeking the death penalty for Devon Lee Carson. Yo no soy una leech que digo, si con eso es lo que él quiere que yo me acueste, yo me voy a acostar con ella. Fua. A la leech que hace y que lo que él diga después lo manipula y lo ve violar. Porque that's what they play. Literally still. They're like, yo me acosté con esta que no te gustaba, o sea, ahora tú te vas a tener que acostar con este que no me gusta, que ni me gusta a mí ni te gusta a ti. Ew. They speak like that still. They're very gross. They're very gross. Because they're pretty. Lord. What else you can decapitate? Different systems and ratings on what if you don't understand me? Over used to be done over here. Grande complicated de verdad de esto, mamá. Esos nenes se creen que con decirle a una My Dick is Hard uno se emociona. Oh. El tipo es un leech. El tipo es un leech. Una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What screenshot did I take recently? Oh, those Nike shoes. The Nike website that I posted on Facebook. And I was Suarez is trying to kill me because she wanted to know what do I say to men when I go on dates with about her. No, porque nosotros se creen que uno va a hablar de la gente. Ew. Buscando oportunidades. Le dicen algo así, también. Y ellos se creen que uno se necesita y habla de ella. Entonces van y tratan de presentarse a la gente. ¿Y qué te dijo de mí? Ew, todavía hacen eso. Decades ago, so many bitches were so girls. I said to una about Suarez one day when they were trying to kill Yolanda Suarez Lorenzo. Like, you and your sisters fight over dick too? So they target one, they're like, I este que no te When I was a child, sometimes like Yolanda needs help. People have been struggling, huh? My dad asked if he will give her an amount of so much money to give me to raise me. I suggested I could get flowers. I would have babies later. What a dumbass, I could have traveled. He traveled too. No, he should be sure. So he gets his start in force still. 40 years later. So did my mother. My grandfather. So my dad's like, whatever. Cuando me dio un número, me dijo like un hambre de decirme no un número. So my dad stole from her, held money back from her, got in the way of her receiving money. It's like he needs a number. It's like she's not his accountant, she's just a relative. That suggested that he keeps me poor because I'm already like maternal at 3 or 2. Very much like perfection. Joanna's like, we need her around. She can't flee. So that she helps me like raise the rest. Sadly, ruined my life with that coming around. I wouldn't know either way. For all I don't ponder of like si me hubiese ido a viajar y que hubiese viajado and then I would have had the babies with him, Jada and Kehlani would have turned out to be the same people to me. What else? What else? What else? What else? So I started seeking help from the neighbors. I got tired of hearing for like 3 years on the crying to my parents' home and say, I'm sorry, Harmony. Stop trying to kill me. So I went on to, I'm like, are you all Suarez and maybe related? You can't help her. And they're like, con Daisy, con Aida, es que no estamos peleando por alguien que Yolanda sale en cita con él. Y como que, like, literally, even like talked. Dijo, Aida tag team, like, tú me ves peleándome aquí, pero behind the scenes, I'm like, está mi hermana. Ew, o sea, ella se mamó la tuta privadamente por like, posiblemente que trabaja aquí, que quizá ni encuentra atractivo Mr. James possibly later if they see this post. Ellas odian y se odian de una manera, people say, horrible. Horrible. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I'm seeking the death penalty for Aida Suarez. I'm seeking the death penalty for Aida Cachero. I'm seeking the death penalty. I don't know if Daisy's alive. I think they killed her already. I don't know. Or maybe they. I don't ever think about them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hmm. Oh no, this is open on church day. That's important to some. Imagine your favorite restaurant with no pressure being closed on church day, porque not all of us visit la Iglesia Católica. Some of us do as a museum, like, hey. Essentially, that's what you're walking into. Ay, ves a las 5, a las 9, a las 6. Just like the McNay says, los jueves aquí los niños colorean de gratis. Se le explica tantas veces. And they don't understand it porque all they see still, their sorrows, is the gold in the Catholic Church. Ew, full. Anyways, I'll take it on homage. And my lover right now, but that seems like leather. It could be. That looks so worn. It looks like felt. But it looks really pretty. What else? You can decapitate Rhonda stolen my money so that I have to wear used clothes. No, él me tildó como que highest priestess that won't ever break a nail. So he literally beat me to the ground. He's like, hasta get her to wear used clothes porque si yo estoy en Sacramento con ella y se nos quedó el luggage. What if she has to use clothes from the Salvation Army porque literalmente lo único que está abierto en el área where we're stranded without luggage? So él se cree el bruto ese que me está dando training on how to adopt. And people say you go too far. He has girlfriends. I've had this conversation before. It's like you go too far with this. You have to adopt it. You're trying to kill her and some of us. It's like you have to adopt. Is like, okay, mira, we didn't agree with this, but she did wear the used clothes from the Salvation Army that she bought with a referral, or from Haven for Hope, but mostly everything that I got was brand new with tax. And people saying, no le hagas caso, he's not doing training for that. He still but heard that her mother made a comment about spandex, so he sometimes goes profiling people. You know how Yolanda Hadid goes on like Gigi this, y Gigi that, and Bella this. Yeah, ¿cómo se llama el nene? That they're listening in. And they're like, como que esta, la mamá de esta modelo dijo algo de spandex también. So they profile people still? Ew, qué asco. Gente que perdida de tiempo, Jay Santos. Most likely. Oh, porque is he tired? Que la Lich quiere saber por cuánto, even an imaginary amount, yo me vendería en prostitución. So he's like, whatever, I'll send her an email from like Jay Santos so I don't look like soliciting. And the FBI says, quit that shit. With the fake email harassing her. 850 $1,000. And I have a bus pass. And I have a bus pass. What else? El tipo por una basura. Y aquí en decapite Benjamin sobre son sons alright. Voy a hacer muy money. So I can't make it to that church today, sadly. I need to charge my phone into the night to where I can wake up and get that sack lunch tomorrow. They found my money for food. Oh, my siblings saw that Jaden Kalani would come through. I was like, wow, now I'm the new Serena Carpenter. And I'm here paying my mommy's bills. They're so gross, they don't understand respect, and that theft is a huge no-no. Ew, 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 ew. Dan asco. Do they go on pimping Jaden to every Disney executive that they know? And then get in between deals but get hurt on with Universal? Like, it's not unrealistic to say that that could happen. They cause one starvation, and then they're like, no, serio, Jaden, que el único Matthew es no. Yo pensaba que se iba a reír. Por lo menos decir like, hi, nice abs. No, they just only, wow, just being professional. Was there waiting for audition? Lo hicieron audicionar y todo, y lo dieron Disney show, pero this is gonna be sexual, now we're changing. I'm mine, el tipo era un pendejo que ni es Disney executive y lo metieron a Jake and Lonnie. Porque that's why they cause starvation. I read the potential of the kids porque mom won't let them. Oh, he uses that excuse? Ew. Ew, ew, ew. And then they say Jaden sadly, esta dijo que no para Universal. And the emails are there possibly, or they're like, because they try to be the agent, yeah, fool, that doesn't even have authorization to do that and just wants to gauge if the kid is sexually attracted to someone or how much they would get offered for a gig. They're like, oh no, Arlene no me está hablando, so yo no puedo ni burlarme de Arlene y decirle, mira, el gay que le ofrecieron a Jake and Lonnie, do you want to... Luego de que me dijeron, él trató de violar a Jaden. No a Kaylani. No a los dos. So they're like, no, cancel. If they receive a proposal that is sincere for a role, and then they go on to the kids and they make them cry. They say you could have been on the Disney show and saved your mother without a huge paycheck. Even save grandma, but you didn't. ¿Por qué? Por eso que lo hacen, gente. All I need is one screenshot of how gross they are. Oh, and there's no like, buenos días, que buena hermana soy. Like, I'm not hiding. This is their personality of how gross they are. Yeah. So they make the kids cry. And they say, you could have been on Disney, but your mom isn't here to sign this. Or they did change the email. They're like, dale, do white all over. They still do that to little kids in my family of origin. Oh, the executive that says no, possibly. And I'm never there. If they fake having an email or be my assistant, they're girls. They're girls. So they possibly do a white over. And then write, well, Jaden, your nose is too big, so that's why you're not getting this Disney role. And Jaden takes a screenshot of his colleague at work or in school. Look what I got from Disney, you're so unprofessional. Not necessarily. That's calling Disney unprofessional. But my sibling gets a hold of that screenshot. Jaden, all over the news. Called Disney unprofessional. Is what she wants to torment me with. Jaden, eso no se hace. Entonces ahí empieza a violarlo. Una oportunidad que yo nunca le había dado y ni le di. Ni que Jaden ni que Kaylani le han dado. Como no pueden violar a Jaden y Kaylani, I'm assuming Entonces están, no, Jaden, así no se habla. De no todos, no, 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 no. Eso no se hace así. No, 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 no. Raping my children in their head. And Jaden may say, that was just a thought process thing. I was with my colleague trying to wonder, like, why would I get that answer? They're like, who's your colleague then? Don't give Arlene money, is what all those emails start with. Possibly. And people are like, who is Arlene? This is about Disney email that we're trying to figure out if this is legit or not. Why would he get rejected? Because his nose is too big or his hands are too little. Or he doesn't want to smell your farts. Porque ella se cree que ella es la Cody, gente, me pongo una hora para atrás. Oh, ella se cree que ella vive con Queen Elizabeth. Por eso mató a Gloria Mirza. Ew. So ella se cree que she's being real poniéndose una hora para atrás. You, all of us, decades ago, my primos and myself were like, that's just una gorra para atrás. So ella se cree que ella vive con ellos. Ew. So ella mató a Gloria Nilsson para verse cool con una gorra para atrás. Ew, qué asco. Ew, you can decapitate Oliver Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. Like, those people have very high standards for themselves, it looks like. Pero so do Jaden Kaylani and I. And it has nothing to do with what is wearing. These are so cute. And who says they are wearing it to the cricket game privately and not making a big deal on their social media? Because this is like, what is it? Target has an aesthetic that possibly some of the people that work there were Nike. Or people that are on a board of directors if Target has such. And that is an hypocrisy. What is this? The green and well, I think looks so pretty. What else? Does look cute. The same thing with the people at Nike. Some of them were Balenciaga to a game. Possibly. Let's go. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ew. So there you go. Decades ago, people used to say, to the court royale in England, you don't have a problem. She thinks that she lives with you. I can't handle it. Ew. 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 Yo también tengo una tarjeta de débito. She would scream. Oh, does he stalk me on camera? So I was with her at PacSun in 2018. And I would be using my debit card. And she would be screaming at me at the register, "Stop, stop credit card." I'm like, this leech steals from me. I can't remember how. Anyways, it's just a debit card. We fool, you're disgusting. Como que don't use a credit card. If I want to use a credit card, I can use a credit card and get into that. I pay it right on time, anyways. Ew, ew. Oh, he does that. Ew. He stalks. So if I visited with her Paxson and I was shopping there, he's like, who had the best outfit there? Como que ella se va a poner una marca que no la venden en Paxson. So ese día Marilyn ganó mi pene, aunque no lo tuvo. Las dos utilizaron tarjeta. Y Marilyn me miente y dice, no sabe lo que es una tarjeta de débito. Pero entonces sí, Marilyn me lo chupa con más intensidad el pene. Y eso es lo que imagine, like, those flamenco stars, people, así se levantan ellos. El rizo y el chon, just los brazos y ellos no piensan. Con el cerebro, ellos piensan más que acerca de su pene, su culo y su boca. Y salen todos los días shaking that thing, violando for more than 30 years. Ew, that's asco. Hoy yo no quiero competir. Yo no quiero eso, eso es peor que un niño chiquito. And I don't have sex with children. What else? What else? Some leech or confused woman would have been like, hey, by the way, do you stalk me? And don't you see that I'm a grown woman that knows how to use a debit card? Y así lo violan. Y él se deja violar. Tan porco. Yeah. You can decapitate María Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me. I have like $23,000 that I owe to Bank of America. They killed Gloria Nirsa because I didn't disclose to them what I spent my money on. I don't have to disclose anything to anyone but myself, and in the case where I would be under criminal investigation, which I'm never in, it would be to the FBI or the police. What else? What else? So anyways, Madeline is feeling like a winner, got a new sports car. Porque mató a Gloria Nirsa and now she's closer to Andrew marrying her. Or Albert, or whatever their names are. That's cool. I'm gonna cook for myself. That's a dish that, if the picture details are accurate, I cooked on September 25th, 2024. I want white rice with avocados. I've been eating like 3 avocados a day for a while. What else? You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of your money. I think their names are Alex, Albert, Andrew, Leach, Basura, Asquerosidad. Qué tipo tan porco. What else? And I'm laughing. Irene Leach. La tapa de una vez se recuerda de él. Pues es neutral. In case they died of my early money. Y le va a llorar a él. Pobre mi papá, como llorar. Porque por eso yo le robo el dinero a una. Y le voy a be like, ja, ja, ja. Está por ahí llorando, perdón. I'm filled with only because I am poor. And I'm a sexual. I love taking Pilates so much. This feels like an ice cream. Spending time with Jay and Kalani. And then when I'm financially stable, you can decapitate how many sources that rape me, that get in the way of me receiving money. That's the only money. That's the only vehicles. They were trying to rape me still. Oh, qué asco. Well, I just come to that. I learned something. Yo me voy a dejar violar para que mi madre vean. They want one to defend oneself in a script in a certain order because one ruins their manifestation of rape and sex addiction. Y como que ella dijo esto en 2025. Con eso tenía que empezar en 2020. ¿A quién yo me clavé en 2020 que yo no quería entonces clavarme? Tiene que ser ese tipo que apareció. Siempre aparece un tipo. Y dijo que es novio de ella. Y yo dije, pues, para cuando ella me hable, yo darle fiero a ella, de que yo soy mejor que ella. Entonces they start backtracking still. Of PTSD from my childhood. So many people being so gross. What else? So, what else? What else? So then backtrack, they're like, esto no me gustó. They call each other possibly. Acaba de decir que no se va a dejar violar. Aunque la madre sabe ser muerta, ya la madre está muerta, si hubiésemos sabido. Eso, nosotros pensábamos que ella se iba a echar la culpa por la muerte de Gloria Nilsson. Nada más por nosotros decirle eso de aquí. What else? Como que ella va a estar en Tinder, feliz de la vida, buscando novio cuando tenga dinero. Sí, estar avergonzado de que al least una persona piensa que ella mató a la madre, aunque ella no haya matado a la madre. Disgusting. What else? They're disgusting. Sorry. What else? Speaking of that, anyone could be someone that's at the mine, someone that's shopping at Target, someone that's at the beach in Puerto Rico. You can decapitate with me, sort of sons that rape me ceremony and get in the mercy. I won't be able to make it to the soup kitchen too. I had to work to HEB. Later, I got myself Uber. and buy bread. Because the bread that I have expires today. Peanut butter. No, I have peanut butter. That's bananas. What else is this? They can find the other ones very likely. What's it? What else? 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 So what? Rare Nike. All over them is what I want to wear a swimsuit and tan days. What else? What else? What else? They cause one starvation, so that one talks like, I had body dysmorphia from Snapchat. They're like, okay, remove her Snapchat endorsement. That I don't even have one, possibly. They're like, then she can't be on Snapchat if she said that. Ew, and then they rape through that grapevine. They're like, I can't still puedo decir eso. Oh, maybe Sonny Liston está vivo. Someone on the post. Ya voy como Carlitos el bolitero.